everyone, it's Samantha from Scrapmaster's Paradise and welcome to another Learning Copics with MarkerPOP video. And today I'm talking about adding texture to your images. I'm going to show you a different way to add texture, and I'm going to color this unicorn. I'm going to go ahead and speed through coloring, and I'm just going to color the body of this unicorn. Again, this is from Paper Smooch's Spectrum collection, and I've used this on a previous Learning Copics with MarkerPOP video. So I'm going to be using R10, R11, and R13. I'm going to concentrate my shading around the edges and then under his legs here where his body would be blocking the light. So I'm just going to speed through that real quick and get this colored up for you guys. Alright, so I've got my image all colored, and I'm going to be using a colorless blender technique, and I'm going to be using alcohol instead of colorless blender. This is just from Target, and it's just a bottle of rubbing alcohol, and it was like $1 or $2, super duper cheap. You could use the colorless blender zero refill for this, but I find that the isopropyl alcohol works just as good, and it's super cheap, so you can save a little money just using alcohol. I've got my image all colored up and it's dry now, and I am going to add some texture by using some of this fabric. This is just tulle, and I'm going to just scrunch it up. So I want there to be some texture on this guy, and I'm going to create that texture. So I'm going to scrunch up my tulle really nicely, and also move this out of the way just in case I spill this. I'm going to add a little bit of this alcohol to the cap. I just need a little bit to dab my tulle into. So I've got my little alcohol, I've got my image, and I bunched up my tulle, and I don't want to get a bunch of alcohol on here. I just want enough that the little edges are a little bit wet. So you can see there's some drips in there, hopefully. I'm not sure if it's showing up really nicely, but I'm going to just dab this on my little guy. And the smaller dabs that you make, the less watercolory it's going to look, and you can see some of my dabs were really, really large, which isn't really what I was going for, but it'll definitely give it a very whimsical watercolored look. Just add more dabs everywhere. I really want it to look like there's some like paintbrush strokes, more so than just Copic coloring. You can get a bunch of different looks by using different textures and different fabrics. You can use jeans, you can use terry cloth, washcloths, and all sorts of things to make it look different. And I'm just using this tool. I'm dabbing off some of the big splotches, but I want lots of little splotches here and there to give it a really nice magical looking texture. And I'm going to let that dry for a minute, and then we'll look at it. Okay, so it's mostly dry now, and you can see there's lots of white in some of these areas, and it looks really neat to me. It looks very whimsical and watercolory, and I got that look with Copics and a little alcohol. So you can try this out with tons of different textures and try it out, but remember, when you're coloring an image, you want to make sure, if you're adding texture to just one piece of your image, that you don't have the whole thing colored. So I'm going to make these ones look more shiny and smooth with some other coloring, and I'll probably add glitter to those pieces as well. So I just wanted to show you guys this cool little technique for adding some texture. I have other videos where I've done very similar techniques, and I will try to link those down below so you can check those out. So be sure to subscribe to this channel so you know when I put out another Copic video. You can always check out my crafty channel and my crafty blog. I'll have links to both of those below. My blog is updated daily with projects and tutorials. And be sure to check out the MarkerPOP blog, which is also updated daily by the wonderful design team. So I hope that this inspires you guys to get crafting, and I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye.